What's it like for you just being at this event?
It's a blessing, to have the opportunity to represent my teammates and my family. Just trying to do it the right way, enjoy the process. It's super cool being around all these other guys in the pack and kind of getting to know people outside of our helmets and pads. It's really cool.
I know you've always tried to lead by example, do the right things, all that, but when you take on an extra sort of a role like this, what does that do in terms of how you relate to other players and the role you have on the team?
Ultimately, man, this isn't really that big of a deal to me, as far as like, I don't know, it's a dope opportunity, and I'm happy to be chosen to do this. But my respect and what I want my teammates, to feel about me, it's pure respect, man. I just want them to think I'm a good teammate, that I'm there for them, that I'm accountable, and that I care, and ultimately this is just an opportunity to represent them and represent our school in the right way.
How have you felt like this summer that assimilation process has gone just with the more new players than ever in ASU history?
Yeah, ultimately, I think that the transfers we brought in are a lot like the people that stayed, kind of underdogs. We don't have anybody that's All-American preseason, somebody that's super high value. So ultimately, that underdog mentality that we all have has helped us to gel. I think camaraderie is as amazing as it's ever been. And also, we all seek adverse situations and seek competition. And I think that ultimately is going to help us be a better football team in the fall.
This defense it's so different, it feels like, from what you guys were doing previously. It's very aggressive, and you must like being a part of that. It kind of like fits your style.
Yeah.
So what do you think about just what's possible for you guys with that scheme?
I think that, the sky's the limit with Coach Ward. He's a brilliant defensive mind. And I think also getting prepared against Coach Dillingham offense, no split indicators, guys playing off of what you do, predicated off of splits and things like that. So it's been awesome. I think ultimately going into the fall, us getting to work against each other is going to be huge, and it's going to help us dominate other teams.
When you get picked to finish like 10th, I know that doesn't in any way impact what you do or think or anything, but it seems like there's probably a lot of misperceptions or a lack of knowledge about like what your team actually is this year, given how new that it is and all of that. So how does that feel, like, just to see like you guys be picked there? And is it like, motivation, or how do you see that?
For me, it's the norm. I feel like it's kind of where we're picked the majority of the time. So it doesn't really stress me out too much, or I don't really feel any type of way about it. They're going to spot the ball, they're going to blow the whistle, and we're going to play football. So I think that, guys can use that as fuel. But for me, fuel was winning 3 games last year, so I didn't really need anything extra. But, it never hurts, to be doubted, for sure.
And this secondary looks like it probably should be a strength of your team. How does it feel, and what do you think about just the prospects for that group and how important that it is in this type of a defense?
Yeah, we have to be excellent in order for us to be a good defense. A lot of it is on us. But I think that we have the pieces to do it. I think that you saw how good Shamari was. We brought him in. You saw how good he was in the spring. We got D from Austin Peay as well. He's the highest PFF graded cornerback in the entire pack. And you bring those pieces in. They're guys that buy in. They're guys that work hard. And I think ultimately that's going to help us to be a better group in the fall. Adding those pieces to Rowe and Chris, and you bring X in as well. It's a great group. It's a great group, and then Coach Ward is our coach. So we know the defense as well as anyone. So it's awesome.
So D4's look good in summer workouts.
Yeah, he looks amazing.
He's an athlete, almost kind of like you in some ways, right?
Yeah, super twitchy, super intuitive, super instinctual. Yeah, he's a good player.